Hey, it's May, and today I want to talk about Gigi, the creator of Dress to Impress, and the controversy surrounding her. A lot of information and allegations have come out from Sarah, the creator of It Girl, and Chae, a former developer on DTI. I do want to say trigger warning for bullying and harassment. Some words may be censored for the severity of the context and the fact that it could breach YouTube's guidelines. Please let me know if I get anything wrong. This was a lot to digest at once. My timeline will likely be incorrect, but I'll still do my best to give you all of the information. I won't dive in too much into other things other than what Gigi's been accused of because one, YouTube would take it down, and two, I just want to discuss the major issues as to why Gigi is in the middle of a controversy. There's just too much to really dive into. I will link a Twitter thread and other information down below in the description, and I will be posting screenshots from Google Docs and Twitter, so feel free to pause and read. To start, Sarah posted a huge Twitter thread and Google Doc saying that she couldn't be silent anymore and allegedly said that Gigi had been upset with the release of It Girl. It Girl is basically just a similar dress-up style game. Anyway, ex-devs for DTI have come forward saying allegedly there was a group chat with Gigi, like her devs basically, and they were talking bad about Sarah's game and about Sarah. They were apparently pretty vile comments, and that's why Sarah wanted to speak up. There are two claims that Sarah puts in her doc. The first thing that apparently if It Girl blew up, Gigi was going to frame her for being a ist. Gigi's allegedly said this in her group chat with her ex-devs, and it apparently had very negative responses, and Gigi removed the message. Former DTI dev Chae says this. Also, she wanted to frame the owner of It Girl to get her cancelled, but reacted weirdly and she deleted. I could keep going, but WTF. But it's okay now, I guess. And seemingly an anonymous DTI/ex-dev also says this, and basically Gigi was so jealous and furious that she wanted to expose you for. I sadly don't have the screenshots because she deleted her message immediately after she told us this, and all of the devs replied, The second claim is about Gigi allegedly wanting to DMCA Sarah's game. If you're not sure what a DMCA is, it is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. According to DMCA.com, it is a part of the US copyright law and relates to a defined process in removing content from the internet. This means, allegedly, Gigi wanted to remove It Girl from the internet, likely due to infringement. Sarah states that she has never spoken about this publicly, but her main inspiration actually from the game Nova City, formerly known as Sugar Girls, and the bodies and clothing style from Royal High. Here is a screenshot, actually a few of them, from a ex-dev from DTI and Sarah conversing about the DMCA claims. I also have two more screenshots from the anonymous ex-dev saying that Gigi was allegedly shading and talking smack about It Girl. Apparently the harassment has gone on for a while and Gigi has allegedly done nothing about it, even though she apparently knew about the trolling. Another developer told Sarah that in their group chat, they allegedly got a photo of her and were fat-shaming her and making jokes. But since Sarah didn't have any public photos of her, they were allegedly saying those things about a random girl. Ex-devs said that there aren't any screenshots of Gigi's behavior because she would allegedly delete messages. Sarah states that one of the devs from Gigi's teams thinks that Gigi's current devs could testify that these things happened, but wouldn't most likely because DTI is a lot of people's livelihoods. Now I'm going to read the last two paragraphs from Sarah's Google Doc. For anyone who may be doubting whether these things were actually said, Gigi herself reached out to me and tried to send me an apology after there was a rumor spreading around that someone was going to release a doc about her. There are other people who've had issues with Gigi, but those docs were completely unrelated to me. I only decided to make this today. I feel like if she was truly sorry, she would have come to me ages ago and apologized for the way she acted. Sarah then ends the doc like this. We've been friends on Discord since the release of my game, which was in July. So from July to September, she's had every chance to reach out to me and talk things out or apologize. But she chose to apologize only after learning that people wanted to expose her. That's why I believe her apology is disingenuous and is just an attempt at damage control. Either way, an apology just simply isn't enough to fix the situation like this. Now that we've covered Sarah, I do want to cover Chae, and trigger warning for SH and attempted S. Chae was a former DTI dev and has a history of SH and attempted S. The screenshot below from Chae shows a conversation between Chae and Gigi. Chae tried to explain his absence and why he's been gone. Gigi seemingly doesn't believe them, and Chae says that this shows that Gigi doesn't care about her workers and is insincere. Chae also adds that they were replaced behind their back. I know there's more to Chae's story, but I do want to get into Gigi's apology. She says that her approach is to be honest and upfront. She does start off by admitting that she did make disgusting and vile comments, and she does regret it. She then tries to explain the context and notes that it still doesn't excuse her actions. The reason why she did make it was allegedly because Sarah and her devs shaded her on TikTok and Twitter. Her emotions were running high, and in the heat of the moment, she reacted poorly and made a bad choice. She said that she lashed out and it should have never been said. It was never intended to be taken seriously, and she instantly regretted it. This comment was in relation to her wanting to frame Sarah. Gigi then goes on to allegedly debunk of her other many allegations. The first was about the fat-shaming allegations, saying that it never happened, no photos were ever shared, and that she doesn't condone that type of behavior. Then she talks about the Discord server, and for context for that, Gigi allegedly, quote, involved themselves in 18+ servers as a minor, continuously made 18+ jokes, bought and solicited photos with other minors, harassed other minors for 18+ photos. This was acknowledged earlier this year by Gigi, but was swiftly deleted, end quote. Now, in her apology, Gigi does admit that it was an NSFW server, but no pictures of minors were ever shared. She says she was a bored 14-year-old and doesn't remember much of it. Next, Gigi says she's apologized to Chae for how she handled his health concern situation. She says she misunderstood, and due to language barriers, she thought he was lying because he was asking for payment immediately after returning. She says that she regrets not being able to be more supportive and empathetic during a very sensitive moment. Gigi also says this, and I quote, I also apologized for being too harsh in my critiques of his work, admitting that I should have been more constructive rather than critical. I mentioned that I kept him on the team even during his 4-month absence when he didn't have a computer out of trust and respect. I also addressed the Dior bag situation. I never received the file, and that the payment I made covered that scrapped item. Gigi's final statements talk about the racism allegations. She says that she was never racist and all the jokes were towards her own ethnicity, but still finds them disgusting, and notes that she was 14 at the time. She says that she wants to take time and reflect on her actions and realize the harm that she's caused. She says that she needs space to process everything and focus on becoming a better version of herself. Gigi then adds these images for alleged proof that she didn't start the shade. Finally, she wraps up saying that half of these instances were when she was 14, but is still no way an excuse, but not recent either. She does clarify that they are part of the LGBTQ+ community and that they're not homophobic. She also does state that she's not racist, never exploited, doxed, or bought any underage photos. Gigi states that this is a very traumatizing topic for her, and the context for the photos is that her and a trusted friend would send images to each other. This is Gigi's last paragraph of her Google Doc. I'd also like to speak up about how these messages were taken and spoken up about after I had to fire the 2 ex-devs. I understand how much I hurt you, but I wish you would have told me at that moment than have to wait to have bad blood with me to tell me what I did wrong online. I know that was a lot to take in, and I likely missed a lot, and I do know that some devs have spoken out and former devs as well. I'll still do my best to link everything in the description so you guys can look through everything yourselves. As for my channel, I don't think I will be playing much of DTI. I just don't want to support a creator who seemingly has a background such as stated. It's important to be kind and truly uplift people even when there's competition. And I also want to add, for my 100 subs giveaway, the reward is no longer going to be VIP for Dress to Impress. It will now be a $15 Roblox gift card, so the winner may choose where they want to spend their Robux. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!